I'm sitting there at the stadium, cold in the sun gun. I done walked from parking lot number 12 and brave in the cold. And to get in there, to have all them Packer fans sitting around me, hoorahing me. This is the other side. Only thing I gotta say is, how about them Cowboys?
Ooh, Lord have mercy.
Lincoln Coleman is my guest. Lincoln, former Dallas Cowboy, former Super Bowl Dallas Cowboy, number 44. Lincoln, how about them Packers? Them Cowboys.
Man, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a lot of ex-Super Bowl champion Cowboys that are disgusted. And right along with the fans and the people who follow us and even people who don't like us are disgusted the way these boys played on Saturday.
Sunday.
It was a Sunday? I don't even remember what day we played. I've just
how
been
bad
hiding
they
in front
did
of my
you.
bed ever since then, man.
I was there.
Yeah, oh Lord.
I went and sit and I saw it. I saw a massacre. I saw bad coaching. I saw bad quarterbacking. I saw bad tackling.
Yes, sir.
I saw bad everything.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
in the Cowboys, this was the worst game the Dallas Cowboys has ever played since being the Dallas Cowboys.
There we go.
And that go all the way back to the 60s.
Yeah, you're right about
That
that.
go all the way back to the 60s. This is the worst thing ever.
Worst loss ever.
And Jerry got to do something about it.
Yeah, he does. Mike McCarthy got to go. That's off the top. But as a player, what we have all talked about is there's no sense of urgency
What you mean?
out of the players.
No sense of urgency out of the players?
They didn't show up ready to play. And that's
But they
a
get
damn
paid to
shame.
show up.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
You get paid to show up.
Yeah, I understand
Green Bay
that.
been coming here all week. Coming, getting
understand.
ready.
I understand that. But they took their paychecks and they put it in their
They ought
back
to
pocket.
get a paychecks back.
And that's one thing that I would love to see happen. But we had a saying back in the day when we were champions. I hate to say it like that. Let's go get that money. Let's go get that championship, and let's go get them rings. But you don't come to our house and take all of that from us.
They took it.
We were the only team this weekend.
Home team.
Only home team.
That lost.
Yes, at home. At home. I watched Tampa Bay, lowly Tampa Bay,
Right.
go to work on the Eagles last night.
Went to work.
It was disgusting. It was disrespectful. I didn't know what to do with myself.
Buffalo went to work.
Now, if I was at the game,
I was there.
I would have thrown up.
And
they would have to drag me out. They would have dragged me out the
Let me tell you why I
stadium.
couldn't throw up.
Okay.
The popcorn was $20-something. The hot dog was $26. The pizza was $41.
You had to keep that down.
The soda was $17.
Oh, you had to keep all that down.
And
I
the
dig
potato
it.
chips was $12.
I dig it.
Shit,
I dig it.
I couldn't throw up.
I dig it.
All that hell food I was eating, that high food out there in Jerry's world.
I hear you, but it was disrespectful. It was a totally disrespectful what happened out there on that field with our guys not being prepared to play football the other night.
Let me be a little serious with it. I saw, because I was there, and I was in a seat that was closer to the field, and I could see, like I'm looking at you, I could see the demeanor, the actions physically of the players.
Yeah.
And I saw C.D. Lamb, and I love C.D. Lamb. Yeah. I love C.D. Lamb.
Yeah.
But he was disgusted.
Yeah.
He did not, at some point, did not even want to be there. Yeah. Because They did not throw C.D. Lamb the doggone ball in the first half but 1 or 2 times.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right.
And here it is, you got C.D. Lamb running 200 and some yards, catching 13 passes, setting and breaking the records and all of that, and you don't throw him the damn ball?
Yeah.
What's the deal? And you don't run him across the middle? CD ain't afraid to get hit.
Yeah.
But you're throwing all them little bullcorn passes over here to the over here to the right or to the left.
Yeah, to these
Then
nobody receivers.
You gaining 2 and 3 yards.
Yeah.
The goal line is this way.
Yeah.
And you got players that can catch the ball when you're throwing it that way.
Now, I'm going to tell you when I knew it was over with.
I knew it was over with when it was 27. I was sitting up there with the Green Bay Packers fans, and I was saying, oh my goodness, we got a long way to come out of this hole.
I knew it was over when the Packers said, they flipped the coin and the Packers said, we want the ball.
Well, we got a defense supposed to stop. I wouldn't care if they wanted the ball.
We
supposed to stop them.
the ball.
They scored every single time,
Yeah.
Lincoln,
Yeah.
that they had the ball in some kind of way.
As
they
soon as they said they wanted the
time.
ball, I said, oh, this is done. This is done. If the Cowboys aren't ready to play right now, this is over with. That would have fired us up, former Cowboys.
But the defense. Now, I'm a fan of Dan Quinn.
Yeah.
Okay? But Michael Parsons. I love Michael Parsons. But he's not a linebacker. He's supposed to rush.
Yeah.
He's supposed to rush.
Yeah. Well,
And they didn't have him rushing.
here's the thing. I'm not a fan of Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn is I'm not going to let you beat me deep type coach. That's the same thing he did with Tom Brady in the Super Bowl when he was up 28-0 or up by 28 points. He said, okay, well, I'm going to get deep and make sure Tom Brady doesn't beat me deep. Well, Tom Brady is hitting you with these chunk yards, 30, 40, 15, 27.
Number 87 for the Green Bay Packers. He was out there all by himself.
Yeah.
I could have caught the ball.
Exactly.
And
You could have ran a 15-yard out.
I might not have ran 15 yards out. But if I was out there, I could have caught that ball and ran on into the end zone.
Yeah, you would have had enough.
He was out there by himself.
I know.
All he had to do was catch the ball.
I know.
So where was the defensive backs? Where was the linebackers?
Making sure he didn't beat him deep.
He beat them deep.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Whose fault is it?
That right there, number one, is Dan Quinn's fault as a defensive coordinator, the way he came into the game expecting to keep everybody in front of him.
Whose fault is it? Because Michael Parsons, was
Parsons,
not rushing in there to put the pressure on Love.
Michael Parsons' fault is all his fault. Michael Parsons had one quarterback rush, one quarterback hurry, no sacks, and 1 tackle.
Well, he can't do it from back here.
Yeah, he can tackle from back there.
But he could put the pressure on Love, and Love would have had to get rid of the ball sooner or would have gotten sacked.
Well, it's hard to tackle a quarterback when you run the ball half the time that you have played.
Why don't they just run right through the middle? You got all these big defensive. They wouldn't have did Harvey Martin like that. They wouldn't have did Ed Too Tall Jones like that.
No, now I'm gonna tell
you something. They
wouldn't
have did none of them folks like that.
Now I'm gonna tell you something. We got down. The Packers got down on the 1-yard line, and I looked up and I seen a defensive back, a cornerback at linebacker. I would have, in the huddle, if I was the Packers and I was playing for the Packers as a running back, I would have told my lineman, let me have that one. Block everybody else. But that little 198-pound cornerback that's sitting back there at linebacker, that's our fault. That's Dan Quinn's fault.
That's coaches.
That's coaching. That's coaching. Because I would have had, that was my dude. That was going to be mine.
Now, Jerry is 81 years old.
Yeah.
And Jerry might not never get a chance to see another playoff for the Dallas Cowboys.
Jerry said he sold his soul to the devil to get one more.
He sold to the devil.
So he sold to the devil to get one more.
Well,
so guess what he might end up doing?
He
might
got
bring in
bankrupt.
Belichick.
Well, now
He might bring in Belichick. He said he's going to sell his soul to the devil to get one more.
Well, he better hurry up and get in the line, because I'm going to tell you something, Belichick.
Yeah.
And that man
I want Harbaugh.
I want anybody but McCarthy.
I want anybody McCarthy and Quinn. People are in love with Dan Quinn.
Watch out.
I don't want Dan Quinn involved in this game no more with us. He already proved to me that he don't know how to keep a lead in a very important game. And he showed up. He showed up having these defensive cornerbacks playing deep. And all they did was pop us up unders, 20-yard deep, 15-yard pass,
now let's
30-yard pass.
Let's do this now.
Yes, sir.
I talked about my main man, C.D. Lamb.
All right.
I like 87 Ferguson.
All right.
But they had to try to climb a ladder to catch the ball that Dak was throwing.
Yeah, Dak wasn't ready.
Now, Dak didn't show up.
He didn't show up.
He wasn't running. He wasn't throwing right. He was throwing too high. He was throwing way out the way.
Yeah.
He was throwing too over the folks. Dak didn't show up, Dak. So I can't let Dak get away.
I can't let Dak get away with it either.
Now, Dak didn't show up, and that's why CD was pissed.
Yeah.
I know CD was pissed.
Yeah.
I could see it in his persona that he was pissed.
Yeah.
And late in the game, CD just, he didn't even want to be there.
Yeah.
And then McCarthy went over there and talked to CD, trying to say, "Now you should throw him the damn ball."
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you something, and this is controversial, what I'm about to say. And this is me talking to guys on the team that I played with and, former champions and all of that. We have some really good guys on our team right now. We have what we call guys who go home to their wives every night.
Well, shit, I don't know what you mean
We
by
have
that.
guys that go home to their girlfriends.
They need to run on, go somewhere.
We need a couple of niggas on the team.
They need what?
Did you hear me?
What?
We need a couple of niggas on the team. We need a couple of.
We need some.
I'm sorry.
Hey,
I'm sorry, y'all. I know that's controversial.
Yeah.
But we need a couple of guys who don't go home every night.
Well, hell, that's when
We
y'all.
need a couple of guys who are sick after a game that they lose. We need guys who hate losing. We need guys who love and are inspired, and their whole being is wrapped up in winning.
You know where you gonna find them guys at? You want me to tell you where to find them at?
I don't know.
Oak Cliff. Go and get to Oak Cliff.
Think of where we getting our players from. You know what I mean? Think of where we getting our players
not
from.
Not necessarily just where they getting them from,
Yeah.
Lincoln.
Yeah.
It's where, when they get off the plane,
Yeah.
where they are directed to live.
You got that
and
right.
to shop.
You got
and
that
to
right.
eat.
That's
and it's
right.
out in the deep, deep suburbs, and it's nowhere close to the hood.
Yeah.
Now, when we were winning,
We were winning.
y'all were living in Oak Cliff.
Yep. We were
That's where
living
you
in Oak
living.
Cliff. That's right.
Bob Hayes lived in Oak Cliff. Cornell Green lived in Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
Don Perkins lived in Oak Cliff.
Even when we lived in Irving,
Yeah, even in Irving. But,
we shot in Oak Cliff.
well, yeah, y'all.
We hung out in Oak Cliff. We partied in Oak Cliff.
Here's the deal.
South Dallas.
Harvey Martin lived in Oak Cliff. Ed Too Tall Jones lived in Oak Cliff. Thomas Hollywood Henderson lived in Oak Cliff.
Yeah.
And here's the deal. Here's the deal. These guys on the Cowboys team right now, they need a GPS to get to Oak Cliff.
They need a GPS.
They need a GPS to get to Oak Cliff.
Yes, they
and
do.
then you come home, you're going to have a problem.
Yeah.
And you're going to have that kind of mentality. It makes absolutely no sense for someone being paid $60, $70 million to be jumping offside and to be illegal procedure.
Yeah.
You supposed to get that money. You're supposed to sit your ass down
Yeah.
until the ball is snapped.
There it is.
You get paid too much money to be illegal procedure.
Yeah.
Getting the play called back that
Yeah.
was 50 yards.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Definitely.
You're supposed to sit down. You
That's
get
right.
paid enough money to sit there.
That's
If
right.
Jimmy Johnson was there, he'd have benched him.
Yep.
He'd have got on him.
Yeah.
He'd have choked him on the sideline and did everything else. There's absolutely no discipline.
I was showing a friend of mine a play from when I played back in 94, 93.
When we was winning.
Against the Jets, when we were winning.
When y'all was living in Oak Cliff.
Second to the last game of the year.
When y'all was eating pork chops and chitlins.
That's right.
Black-eyed peas and collard greens.
That's right.
And candied yams.
Neck bones and oxtail.
Yeah, and you can't use that. They don't make it like that out there in the north.
That's right. We had.
They don't use the right ingredients.
We were playing.
They don't know how. They don't know to put. They don't know to put a little of this, that, and the other in there.
That's right. But we were playing the New York Jets. Love. We were playing the New York Jets, and we were up 28-0. Mm-hmm. And we get the ball. We're coming out, and I was a little haphazard with the ball, and I ended up fumbling it. They got the ball back.
Right.
And we're 28-0. The game is almost over with.
Right.
And I'm coming off the field, and Jimmy grabs my face mask, and he's screaming in my face, and he say, "Lincoln, I'm going to put this ball back in your hand every play. And if you fumble that ball again, I'm going to cut your ass. You hear me? I'm going to cut your ass."
That's Jimmy Johnson.
That's Jimmy Johnson. We're 28-0.
See?
It's insignificant. My fumble didn't mean nothing.
But it meant something.
It meant something. Because it was the second to the last game of the year, and we put the ball back in their hand, and we don't make mistakes like that because we're a disciplined team.
Well, so now
these guys right here, I don't know what's
Well, now let's give a message to Jerry.
Yeah.
Now, here's the deal, Jerry.
Yeah, let's do that.
You didn't get a chance to have and make your money for the second football game that could have been and should have been at Cowboy Stadium.
That's right.
Jerry, you lost money not being able to sell the popcorn. You lost money not being able to sell the hot dogs. Lost money not being able to sell the beer. You lost money not being able to sell the pizza. You lost money, Jerry. You lost a lot of concession money. Jerry, you lost money from the parking. You lost money from the televisions. You lost money from the sponsorship. You lost money, of course, from all of the different tickets and all of the different things and other things that we don't know about, the radio sponsorships and all of those things. Jerry, you lost money.
Yeah.
Now, that loss cost you a whole football game that you could have made money. On top of that, we win the next game, and which would be this weekend, Jerry, you would have had a third home game. Yeah. And you'd have made all that money, but instead you lost it. You lost it because of poor coaching, poor decisions, uninspired players. They were not put up. They did not have to get up to go kick Green Bay's ass. Yeah. Not only that, Jerry, you lost money and revenue for next year. That's right. Because who's going to put the Cowboys in prime time? That's right. So you lose that revenue coming next year with television, and we'll be playing more 12 o'clock games than 3 o'clock, 3:30 games, and 7 o'clock games on those big nights. That's right. You lost a lot of money, man. That's right. It ain't about the money, Jerry. It's about the money. You taught us that. That's right. Now, what you need to do, you need to start off firing somebody's ass and not just one. Yeah. You need to make sure that Dak's little no-scrambling self, that you're going to renegotiate his contract. And Dak, you need to make sure that you get to running around and throwing the ball and doing what you're supposed to do. Other than that, Dak, there's some young players out here that can throw the ball, that can get their teams into the championship. That's right. I.e., Green Bay, i.e., the Texans, the Houston Texans, and i.e., some of these other folks. You got Josh Allen out there running like a bull. Yeah. You got Patrick Mahomes doing what he does. Yeah. And you got these other folks. Jerry, come on, man. You are the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. We all know that. Mm-hmm. But you're going to have to let somebody else take care of the business. Yeah. And you keep being the face of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones, we love you. You transformed the entire NFL. That's right. You brought the NFL to the level of marketing in which we all celebrate and everybody celebrate even today. You're the man. Your face is already there. But you don't have to go in there making them decisions. You need to get somebody else in there. You need to hurry up and get somebody. Now, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, but I'm pissed off like the rest of us are pissed off, and you, damn it, need to understand that we depend on you, the fans, to do something about it.
That's right.
Don't placate this bullshit. I'm sitting there at the stadium cold in the sun gun. I done walked from parking lot number 12 and braving the cold.
That's
And
right.
to get in there to have all them Packer fans sitting around me, hoorahing me with
right.
the cheese heads and all of that.
That's
Don't
right.
let this happen.
That's
We
right.
want to see a championship, and damn it, you bring us one.
That's right.
It's on you.
That's right.
Nah, I just have to. I'm like Michael Irvin.
Man,
Fire everybody. Start over. If we ain't gonna win, start the hell over, and let's not win with a new start over team, but start a new Dallas Cowboy enthusiasm with our fans. You owe it to us.
Yeah.
With them high-ass French fries. Damn high-ass French fries.
You know, I don't know
All
what
right,
to
I'm
say
sorry
after
about that.
I
Well,
don't know what
hell.
to say about
This
that.
other side with DC. Dallas Cowboys. Trying to give you another chance, Jerry. It's on you. Stephen, help your daddy out, man. Y'all come on now. Hell.